Welcome back, one and all, to Cruise1st TV. And don't forget, you can now keep us on right up until 10 p.m. every night on Sky 681, which is brilliant. We're on later than ever before. And of course, we're still here 24 hours a day on our YouTube channel.
Brilliant. Loads more time to tell you about more offers. And it's time for an update now on some pretty epic adventures with Norwegian Cruise Line. Famed for their specialty dining, free at sea way of life on board, and also their incredible variety when you're looking for new places to cruise.
Absolutely right. We are taking you to Singapore, Thailand, Sri Lanka, the Seychelles and Mauritius in one delicious offer later for the start of 2026 on the Norwegian Dawn. We'll also be taking a Caribbean immersive adventure later too on the Norwegian Sky, which includes a stay in the gorgeous Dominican Republic, again for the start of 2026. Let's start though with an escape to the Caribbean and Orlando for this winter, the 26th of November for 18 nights, starting with a flight over to Barcelona to join the aptly named Norwegian Escape. Here we go, and this we are going to escape as well.
Oh,
Beautiful.
So exciting. Wow, this is an incredible vessel. You know, she's Breakaway Plus class, so she's a nice, big, vibrant, exciting entertainment epicenter alongside having all of your favourite things about cruising. The Escape was built for, you know, excitement and adventure, because you've got lots and lots of different things you can do whilst you're on board. You have, for example, the snow room, which offer guests a multitude of health benefits, stimulating blood circulation in the body, strengthening the immune system. There's loads more up in the spa as well, including the thermal suites. You've got the salt room and things like that. The sauna. You can get a pass while you're on board to do that, because you are there to relax at the end of the day. When it comes to food, oh my goodness, well, Norwegian are known for their specialty dining. They're one of the first companies to kind of create this concept of specialty dining. So think delicious steak in Cagney's Steakhouse, La Cucina Italian, Le Bistro for beautiful French food. And then, of course, with it being the signature, freestyle cruising, you can just dine and enjoy the theatre anytime you want to. You don't have to worry about, going to a certain dining time. You know, it's not regimented. It's about you enjoying this freestyle life and relaxing. And we're cruising out of Barcelona, heading straight into Cartagena in Spain, which is amazing. It's an ancient port. The city remained a major trading port under the Romans and the Moors. A tour here to do would be the Roman Cartagena and Civil War shelters, or the tapas tasting tour. That's going to be really interesting. Speak to your team on board about that. Then Malaga awaits us next. So much is at your fingertips when you're in Malaga. Beautiful ocean, of course, lovely beaches, but the Alhambra is not too far away in Granada. You also have the Picasso Museum right there. You have the Alcazaba. Then it's on to Funchal, Madeira. Tours here I'd recommend include the Easy El Chorro National Park drive and wine tasting, or the hiking the Caminito del Rey. Really fabulous. Then we're on to St. John's, Antigua, because we are in the Caribbean now. Fantastic. This has got 365 beaches, one for each day of the year. You have the amazing Dickinson's Bay with powder white sands, and right there, Red Cliff Key for great shopping. San Juan, Puerto Rico awaits us next in all its fabulousness. Such an iconic place to visit when you're in the Caribbean. A lovely old town, amazing fortress, and wonderful views await. Grab a cocktail or two in the old town while you're there. Then we're on to the private island of Norwegian Cruise Line, Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas. This is picture perfect paradise, and the beauty is you've got it all to yourself. It's your own private island. How many people can say they've been to their own private island? Really, they like to leave it very unspoilt. You're not going to find all the big theme parks that you do at other islands. They do have zip lining though, but it is about relaxing and enjoying maybe a glass bottom kayak or a glass bottom boat tour, or snorkeling, or just enjoying a hammock for the afternoon. Then we're disembarking in Miami, and we've included your coach transfer to Orlando, because guess what? You're going to have 3 nights in Orlando. The entertainment epicenter of Florida, South Central Florida. We put you up somewhere nice and central, usually on International Drive area, because there's lots to see and do there. You have the Walt Disney World Resort, so you have got Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney Studios, you've got also Animal Kingdom, you've then got Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and amidst that, some phenomenal shopping. I was just there literally 2 weeks ago, and I have to say the outlets in Orlando are first rate. Bring an extra suitcase. That is where I fell down. I mean, you just got to do it. But there's also loads of fun. Kind of, they have the Titanic experience on the Strip as well. It is a little bit like Las Vegas, the Strip. I know I've mentioned the Las Vegas, and I've also mentioned Orlando, and I know you're going there soon, Derek. So I know you're already making your list, right? So this is the itinerary on offer, and it is phenomenal. With that Orlando stay at the end, what a brilliant adventure you have if you book this one.
I don't think it's a case of if. I think it'll be a when, to be honest. Yes. When you see the price tag for this package as well, it is ridiculously phenomenal, let me tell you. I'm interested about the shopping, Joe, in Orlando. I'm going to make...
Are you a big shopper, though?
Well, yeah, I want to know. I just want to know the kind of things that you go shopping for. But hold that thought. Don't tell me yet, because I have news to bring you, and it's good news, really good news. For those of you who love to cruise with Norwegian, you are going to love this offer. Maybe if you're looking around different cruise lines as well. Maybe some people stay very, very wedded to one cruise line, and some people look left and right and they go, actually, let's try them next. So how do you fancy the end of November? Never a better time to get away for a nice little escape, especially to somewhere like the Caribbean and, of course, to America as well. So included in the price that we've got for you, it's ridiculous this, the flight from the UK out to Barcelona. We've got 2 weeks on Norwegian Escape, cruising to Spain, Madeira, and then across the pond to the Caribbean, ending in Miami. Don't forget that cruise also includes that day at Norwegian's private resort there as well, which is going to be just a day in paradise. When we finish the cruise in Miami, we transfer you up to Orlando for a free 3-night hotel stay on International Drive there before the included flight back to the UK. Now, do you want to have a guess at the price? Because we always like doing that on this channel. Let's guess the price, shall we? What do you think? Back end of November, 3 nights in Orlando, the 11-night cruise from Barcelona. Have a little look at this. I think you'll be very, very pleasantly surprised. 1,599 per person. Now, Norwegian is a premium cruise line. They really are the business. Their ships are fantastic. There's something for everyone to do, for the whole family. That wonderful specialty dining as well is something to behold. But all of the included dining as well. Such a massive choice on board of things to do and places to be. If you want to put a deposit down on this, by the way, right now, £199 each will get that price locked in for you. But it won't last for long. It will not last for long, because more and more people are going away at this time of the year. I can't imagine why, can you? Because the weather's so great here in November, isn't it? Let's have a look at the upgrades here as well. So if you want to upgrade in terms of your stateroom, well, hello, £99 ocean view, easy peasy, isn't it? Good price for the balcony there, for the length of cruise that you've got, which is superb. It's a 2-week cruise, remember, so 14 nights. So always work out your upgrade value by the number of nights. It's absolutely brilliant. Also, if you want to add free at sea to this, which is the upgrade that we regularly factor into our offers here, you can. For an extra $299 per person, would give you the premium drinks package. It would give you 2 nights of specialty dining while you're on the cruise, shore excursion credits for every port, and a Wi-Fi package as well. So consider that if you want to kind of up the value. It means spending a little bit more now, but the value you get for that is amazing. And then, of course, you haven't got that, not worry necessarily, but you haven't got that on your mind all the way through the cruise, that every time you go to the bar and it charges to your account. You know, if you kind of, it's like preloading it, if you like. You're getting an amazing value at a very, very reasonable price. It works out, about 100 and something a week to get your drinks, some Wi-Fi, shore excursion credits, and a couple of nights of specialty dining for the cruise. It's brilliant. It just means that budgeting is a lot easier. Yeah. So have a little think about that. Now, free at sea is going to be factored into both of our next couple of offers, actually. And the next one, Oh my word, Joe.
This is an absolute scorcher of a deal. A true tempter if you just dream of sunshine and fabulous beaches. How about the best of the Caribbean? All inclusive, by the way, with a wonderful stay included too. Now, it starts on the 12th of January in 2026, so a little into the future. However, it's going to be well worth booking ahead because, as we know, travel is constantly going up. We fly you off to the Dominican Republic first, to La Romana to be precise, and we're starting off with a 2-night stay. Fantastic. We don't often see a stay in the Dominican on our itineraries. And I had an amazing time when I visited the Dominican. I actually went on a trip to go and visit the Larimar mine over in the Dominican Republic. So I was really warmly welcomed by the locals. They're incredibly friendly. There's lovely wildlife in the Dominican too. So you might want to, while you're there, take a little kind of island safari, have a driver take you around, and you can go and see all of the beautiful natural wonders. Zip lining through the jungle canopy was one of my highlights, and cooking in a brick fire pizza oven in the jungle too. That was very cool. That's a tour you can do.
Wonderful.
It's just a phenomenal place to visit. It's
You
going to
hear
be
about it all the time, the Dominican, don't you? But there it is.
Look at the reef.
And you're there for a couple of nights, which is amazing.
Yes, and then we're heading on to the Norwegian Sky. Oh, she's such an iconic vessel, the Sky. Really, she is. An absolute beloved member of the Norwegian fleet. You're going to be on board for 12 nights. The Sky used to strictly do Bahamas-Miami trips, and I love that now you can book a trip on the Sky and head to far-flung, exciting Caribbean destinations. They're fully renovated staterooms. I mean, honestly, there are cruising customers that only book this ship because it is one, I've heard, of the most friendly in the fleet, bar none. Everybody loves the Sky. 11 new bars. Oh, wow, look at that. Lovely new Starbucks. They've really upgraded and developed this lovely vessel. She's went through a full refurbishment in 2019. Now, some of the features of Norwegian, other than being free at sea, freestyle cruising, and the fact you've got all inclusive, include the White Hot Party. Love that. They do Brazilian night. They do Caribbean night. Now let's talk about the all-inclusive here, because you have got your drinks included and your Wi-Fi. Then we're straight on to Aruba. Aruba has, of course, lots to see and do. The SeaWorld Explorer is one of the tours you can enjoy. The Kunuku bus, it's a bright-coloured bus that takes you around the island in style. It's very fun. They get you up and dancing and stuff. Then Willemstad Curacao awaits us, where you can shop for Dutch cheese in the harbour front. Yes, it's a Dutch Antilles island. But these incredible pastel houses that overlook the Queen Emma pontoon bridge, you'll take some amazing pictures of those. Then it's Bonaire. We go to all the ABCs in this itinerary, Kralendik. Now, this is one of the world's foremost visited ports for snorkeling and diving. So if you can, you've got to you dive into that ocean and see the marine life. It's unforgettable. We're on to St. George's Grenada next. Now, this is known as the Spice Isle. Some of the biggest exports from this island include spices like nutmeg and cinnamon, so you can go and learn about how they're cultivated on a tour while you're there, or do a powerboat tour of the harbour. It's beautiful. Scarborough, Trinidad and Tobago is next on our list. We don't often see this one, and I have to say it's a really interesting port, Trinidad, because you're in Trinidad here, but you can head over to Tobago easily. Lots of industry on this island too. Bridgetown is next on the cards, and of course an absolute favourite for British tourists. Year in and year out, Barbados offers so much, from perfect powder white sands to Harrison's Cave, Segway Experience, Atlantis Submarine. Then it's St. Lucia, hitting some of the absolute favourites on this itinerary. Head through the Petong National Park. Maybe you're going to head on the ATV tour or do a zip lining, hiking and riding combination. And again, your team can talk to you about that. St. John's Antigua is next on the list. Now, you have got $50 per cabin per port shore excursions credit. So speak to the Norwegian shore excursions team, because they'll have some great suggestions for you, particularly in this port where you can do horseback riding. Then it's Basseterre, St. Kitts. You've got the Bath Springs there, natural springs in Nevis, which are amazing. You could do an island safari and again use your credit for that perhaps, or head up to the Brimstone Hill Fortress for lovely, lovely views. Oh, we're into St. Martin next, the island that is both Dutch and French at the same time. Incredible. Right there That is the beach in the centre of town. You take a water taxi over and it is literally at your fingertips. There's amazing shopping behind as well. Then it's Tortola. Great shopping right there at the port. You don't even have to go anywhere if you don't want to. But my suggestion would be to head over to Virgin Gorda if you can and see the amazing rock formations. Then we're back into the Dominican Republic where you'll disembark and you're going to fly back to the UK. Now, it is end-to-end stays included, and this is, of course, all-inclusive. So this is going to include your drinks, your shore excursions credit, and you're going to have those Wi-Fi and 2 nights of specialty dining as well.
Tell you what, when they say the best of the Caribbean, it really is actually, isn't it? When you look at the way you dot around the different islands there, phenomenal. Really, really nice way to start 2026, which I know feels like a long, long way away, but remember, low deposits today, put the plans in place, lock in the price tags for the best part of 2 years away. It's absolutely brilliant. 15 fabulous nights. It felt like longer actually, isn't it? Talking through all the descriptions, and that's the laid-back Caribbean vibe, isn't it? So included in this dream escape is the flight from the UK to La Romana in the Dominican Republic. You've got 2 nights in a hotel there. That's a holiday in itself. If you want that to be longer than 2 nights, again, talk to the team or we can tailor it for you as well. And then you've got those 12 indulgent nights, enjoying your free at sea upgrades, of course, all inclusive, Caribbean cruising on the gorgeous Norwegian sky, premium drinks left, right and centre, all yours, factored in and included. 2 nights of those wonderful specialty dining, plus so much included dining for you to enjoy right the way through the cruise. You've got a Wi-Fi package there, and as Joe mentioned, for every port that you call into, you've got $50 of shore excursion credit, which is brilliant. So you're going to these places that are unfamiliar. You can look through the excursions and say, right, let's do that. And there's some credit there already towards your excursions. Plus, of course, then the flight back to the UK from the Dominican Republic. Sounds expensive, doesn't it? Sounds like I'm about to hit you with a bill of 10 grand each, doesn't it? But I'm not. I'll tell you now, deposits are just £199 per person today for something happening at the beginning of 2026. 2799 per person. And that is 2 weeks of pure paradise, right? Because you're either in the Dominican Republic or sailing around the Caribbean. Sounds good, doesn't it? 2799 per person, or £199 each today as a deposit. Now, there's another date for the offer as well on the 2nd of February in 2026, in case your diary is already filling up for 2026. I know, who's got a diary for 2026? No one. So again, you know, you've got the choice of dates. Maybe you want to go slightly later. Maybe your birthday falls around that time of the year. Maybe you just don't need an excuse to go and investigate the best of the Caribbean. Let's look at the upgrades though while you're on board for those fabulous nights around the Caribbean. I'm ready. I'm absolutely. Look at that solo price as well. That's really amazing. It's very, very close to the price per person based on 2. Sharing your solo price is excellent there. So for those of you who cruise solo and you're looking at maybe, well, you're looking at a deal, or you're looking around at other cruise lines, you want to fancy trying something a little bit different, then that is amazing. And you've got your upgrade prices there as well to go ocean view, balcony and suite as well. I want to see a flamingo in the front. I've never been that close to a flamingo ever. Amazing. Listen, jump on the phone lines now. Remember, it's a free call. Any question, no problem whatsoever. And you can tailor that offer further if you wanted to as well, and maybe spend longer than 2 nights in the Dominican Republic. Not a problem at all. Just call us right now today. Wow. Incredible.
Do you know, apparently the colour that flamingos get their colour from their diet.
Yeah, it's what they eat, isn't it?
Yeah, the krill and the shrimps, but I wouldn't get too close to them.
Good job that doesn't happen to us. Or I'd be quite beige, I think.
Well, if you go to Cartagena, Colombia ever, right there in the port, there's loads of flamingos.
Oh, is there?
They just live there, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if they're like the guardians of the emeralds or the guardians of, there's a cave full of emeralds maybe. That I mean, I've never asked.
Who knows? Well, I wouldn't argue with them. They're probably taller than me. Anyhow, now the offer that has everyone in our office talking. The variety of places you'll have discovered at the end of this holiday is truly awesome. Definitely talking point at work when you can say that you've covered Singapore, the Maldives, Seychelles, Sri Lanka and more on just one holiday.
Wow.
Now this is 20 nights in all and it starts on the 19th of January, again in 2026 we're talking here, and we fly first to a city that we love talking about, Singapore, and we've got 2 nights there to sample the delights. Every time it's definitely on my list. Do you know what, I hadn't really ever, before talking holidays on TV, never even thought about this part of the world at all. I am hooked on Singapore. What happens there right the way through the year is incredible. It's sort of forever changing. I love the fact that, yes, you can go out and explore. There's very old and there's very new and there's very iconic as well. So you can go bang up to date gardens by the bay and everything that happens in the Keys. Incredible.
It's
You're there
famous.
for 2 nights before we cruise, and we're getting on Norwegian Dawn. Now, she's another big favourite, isn't she, Jo, from Norwegian?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Many people kind of cite her as the home away from home. And the lovely thing about Dawn class as well, it's a little bit smaller than some of the mega vessels that Norwegian have bought out of late. You've got lots of lovely plush velvet around. The spaces are much more low key and relaxed. Yet you still have the signature parts that make Norwegian so much fun, such as the disco, the white hot night. All of that happens, of course, and it's freestyle. That means that you, of course, have got, you know, lots and lots of options, whether you want to enjoy teppanyaki, which is a really kind of interactive dining experience, or the Brazilian steakhouse. And you're going to have 2 nights of specialty dining included because this is free at sea. So that means your premium drinks, so your blended drinks, your coffees, your premium spirits and wines and beers, and all of that is included, including the non-alcoholic versions if you don't drink. Then you have got your Wi-Fi included, which is phenomenal. You're saving a ton of money. $50 per stateroom per port shore excursions credit. And again, these are all extras that would cost you thousands. So how amazing is it that this is included in your adventure? So, you know, hop on up to the spa while you're there. You might want to treat yourself to a little cheeky massage, or, you know, pedicure, manicure, acupuncture, they do it all, tweakments. We are cruising out of Singapore. The first port we're going to be hitting is awesome Phuket in stunning Thailand. Oh, one of the world's natural wonders, the Thai archipelago, these lovely islands. The Elephant Sanctuary, I'd really recommend doing that. They are amazing creatures. Then we're on to Sri Lanka, Colombo, where you can head to the tea plantation, or the Gangarama Temple, or maybe go hunting for sapphires. Take a little tour there to learn about the sapphire mines. Then we have an overnight in Mali in the Maldives. Lovely. This is the capital of the Maldives, which is many islands that are completely untouched by human feet, they say. So you might want to go your own private island for the day and get a cabana. I can't think of anything better, personally. Remember, you have that $50 shore excursion credit towards booking these adventures. Then it's La Digue in Seychelles, which is a steep granite island. It's pure solid granite rock, they say. And you can take a boat charter and explore the crystal ocean and marine life, because it is just paradise when you look at those pictures, isn't it? Then it's Port Victoria in the Seychelles. This is the capital. So if you're wanting to do a spot of shopping in the markets and kind of see a little bit of traditional Seychellian life, you can do that whilst you're there, or head to the marine park, which is beautiful, decadent reefs. Then it's Nosy Beach in Madagascar. Just love the name of this port, just to say you've been there. You've got to be able to get a t-shirt surely that says I've been to Nosy Be. Maybe just nosed around Nosy Be. They've got to make them. Then it's Port Louis, and we have an overnight in Mauritius. How fantastic. The Pamplemousses Botanical Gardens, I've heard, are absolutely spectacular. And they also have the La Vanille Nature Park, where you see the giant tortoise and loads of other exotic, of course, life in this amazing subtropical island. And we have an overnight flight back to the UK. I mean, my goodness, so much included in this adventure. The Singapore hotel stay, we're heading all through these exotic ports and locales that most people have never been in their life. And you get to say you've been there, you've seen it, and you've hopefully got that Nosy Bee t-shirt as well.
Yeah, send us a tea towel if there is one. We would love to see it. What an amazing adventure. I mean, just incredible. The start of 2026 at the end of January included the flight from the UK out to Singapore. Of course, that's where the cruise starts, but not before. You've got 2 nights in a hotel to explore there. 60 nights of immersive discovery cruising on Norwegian Dawn to Phuket, Sri Lanka's capital Colombo, an overnight in the Maldives, 2 ports in the Seychelles, a day at Nosy Bee, tea towel, in Madagascar, and you end the cruise with the overnight in Mauritius before the flight back to the UK. Again, low deposits today because we're talking best part of 2 years away. £199 each today as a deposit will lock in this price tag. Now, this sounds like it should be way, way more than any of the previous offers that we've seen even in this show, doesn't it? But it really isn't. Look, 3,299 per person. Think of what you're ticking off in terms of the bucket list. Think of the places that you will see. People spend this kind of money going to one place for a holiday. You get a massive variety of destinations here. Let's have a look at the upgrades. Don't forget, of course, you are already free at sea on this, so you've got premium drinks included, factored in already. 2 nights of specialty dining when you're on board. Shore excursion credits for every port that you're going into. And I'm guessing there'll be lots of ports that you've not been to before. I'm guessing that maybe you haven't been to the Maldives before. Maybe you haven't been to Colombo in Sri Lanka before, Port Victoria in the Seychelles. Actually, I was just thinking, if you have been to any of those places and you've got lovely pictures of them, feel free to send them in. We're always open for an email of pictures from your cruise holidays. Definitely, I'll give you the email address in just a second. Good solo price on that one as well. So if you're planning a dream destination and you want to get away just you, then that would be amazing. Again, if you want to know anything else, if you want to tailor that offer further, again, just talk to the team. You've got the number on the screen. We are a free phone call away and the lines are open 7 days a week. Now, talking of timings as well, we're now on air every single day on Sky Channel 681 right through to 10 o'clock at night. We've gone prime time, baby. We absolutely have. Oh, our email address. Let's get that on the screen for you as well. If you've got any pictures from your adventures around the world, wherever you've cruised, if you've got pictures of lovely places, we could add them to our show. I don't see why not. Anyway, studio@cruise1st.tv. That would be wonderful, yes. They go through an approval process, Mr. P says. His quality standards are high, so make sure they're well framed. Remember the 3x3 rule, isn't it? Of Phil. Yeah, when you're taking a picture, you divide the screen into 3x3, don't you? And make sure that the main thing is in the middle, but there's something to see right the way around the picture.
Well, that's something you could probably learn a bit more about on board the ship, by the way. They do photography seminars, because that just blew my mind.
It's probably how I know that kind of thing,
and you can actually do photography tours, so there we go. Maybe you want to learn about that on your holiday when you've got the time to do it. But yes, we'd love to see your pictures, we'd love to hear your stories, and most importantly, we'd love to know that you've got your next holiday booked and ready to go. So take a look, we've got loads on offer.
See you later.